So in today's class, we are going to discuss about Hayes bridge. Okay, Hayes bridge is also used to find the unknown inductance. Okay, what is the purpose of Hayes bridge? So here in the Hayes bridge also we are using this Hayes bridge for finding the inductance. Okay, and here also we are using comparison method. Okay, comparison method. And why we are going for the high Hayes bridge means see till Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge is used to find the quality factors up to 10. Okay, quality factors will be have the some numbers. Quality factor means what it will tells the quality of the resonance circuit. So if the inductance is present means due to that inductance the resonance will be occur, right? So here the quality factor will tells the quality of the resonance circuits, how the dampings will be occur. Okay, so this Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge is used to measure the quality factor also, quality factor of the resonance circuit. But this Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge measures the quality factor till 10. Okay, 0 to 10 only. If the quality factor increases, okay, if the quality factor of the any resonance circuit is increases means Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge does not measures. So now we need to measure the quality factor of the circuit which have more than 10 value. Okay, then for in order to measure that purpose we are going for the Hayes bridge. So Hayes bridge is used to measure the inductance and as well as a high quality factor. Okay, high quality factor that is greater than 10. Okay, and Hayes bridge is the improved version of the Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge. Okay, Hayes bridge is the improved version of the Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge. So this is the what Hayes bridge. Okay, so here it's like all Hayes bridge is also consisting of 4 arms or 4 branches, and 4 branches are having some impedances. Okay, branch AB is the unknown value. Okay, L1 the unknown inductance to be measured with series resistance R1. R1 also to be measured. Okay. And next R3, R2 are the standard fixed resistances. Okay. R3, R2 are the standard fixed resistances. And R4 is also standard fixed resistance. C4 is a standard capacitor. Okay. Standard capacitor. In the earlier case, we have chosen uh, variable capacitor. So due to this variable capacitor, the one of the disadvantage of Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge is it's increasing in cost due to the variable capacitance. But whereas here in the Hayes bridge we are using standard capacitance means we are finding the unknown inductance by comparing the standard capacitance. Okay, by using the standard value of the capacitance, the cost of the entire bridge will be decreased compared to the Maxwell inductance and capacitance bridge. And the remaining 3 resistors which we are using are also standard and fixed resistances. Okay, right? Now we need to find, in order to find the formula for the L1 and R1, we need to derive the balance equation. Okay, so this is a simple bridge which consisting of the 4 branches. So normal balance equation we can apply. What is that normal balance equation? Z1 Z4 is equal to Z2 Z3. So first write down the impedance. Thank you, sir. Hello. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
ఎప్పుడు కట్ అయిందమ్మా క్లాస్? హలో,
3 minutes అయిపోయింది.
3 minutes ఏనా? ఓకే, అయితే నేను క్యాన్సిల్ చేసిన. Recording. So here, this one is over. Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4.
Main screen is not visible. Ma'am.
Screen is not visible. Okay. So we are using Wi-Fi. So the signals cut అయిపోతే ఇంకేం చేయలేము. So you should call me అని చెప్పిన నేను మీకు already. Now it is visible.
Yes. Ma'am.
Okay. So this Z1, Z2, Z3, Z4 is over. Which bridge we are discussing? Hayes bridge. Okay. So here Hayes bridge is having 4 branches. So here in order to find which one is unknown value here? Unknown value to be measured, to be find. Tell me.
R1, L1.
R1, L1 is an unknown value. So first, this bridge is simple bridge. Okay. So here we can apply Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z. So in order to apply the balance equation, first we need to write down the impedances of all the branches. Okay. Z1 is equal to R1 plus J omega L1. Okay. Next, as Z3 is equal to R3, Z2 is equal to R2, Z4 is equal to R4, okay, plus J omega C4, right? J omega C4 or JXC4 is what? 1 by 2 pi FC, right? Or 1 by J omega C. Yes or no? XL is 2 pi FL. XC is 1 by 2 pi FL. So now here Z1, Z3, Z2 as usual we are writing, but coming to the Z4 we need to do the some simplifications. Okay. So Z4 is equal to actually, okay, this one, right? R1 plus J XC4. Yes or no? So now here XC is what? Okay. XC is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. Okay. 2 pi FC. Okay. So here 2 pi FC is nothing but omega. Okay. So 2 pi FC is equal to 1 by J omega C. So now here 1 by J we can write it as minus J. Okay. 1 by J we can write it as minus J. This is the rule. So here what we are writing is R4 minus, okay, 1 by omega C4 as usual. But J we are writing in the numerator, okay, not in the denominator. Actually, according to the formula, J should be present in the denominator. But what we are writing? We are replacing 1 by J as J. Okay. So minus J we are writing. So Z4 is equal to R4 minus J by omega C4. This is the new. Okay. So after writing all the impedances, substitute in this equation. Okay. This equation is related to what? If any bridge is balanced, before going to measure the any unknown quantity, we should balance the bridge. So in order to balance the bridge, there is a condition. Okay. We have derived one condition. What is that condition? Product of opposite arms impedances must be equal. So here Z1, Z4 are the opposite branches impedances. Yes. Z2, Z3 also opposite branches impedances. So Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. Okay. Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. Now we got all the Z values. Okay. And balance equation is also there. So substitute all the impedances. Okay. After substituting, Okay, after substituting multiply, so after multiplying what we are getting, r1 r4 plus l1 by c4 plus j omega l1 r4 minus j r1 by omega c4 is equal to r2. And one more thing, j into j is equal to j square is equal to minus j. Okay, so already we have one minus here, so minus into minus plus, so r1 r4 plus l1 c4. Okay, r1 r4, first we are multiplying r1 into r4, so r1 r4, r1 into minus j by omega c4 is equal to minus j r1 by omega c4. Okay, next r1 j omega l1 into r4, j omega l1 into r4, and coming to j omega l1 into minus j omega c4 becomes j into j square is equal to minus j, minus 1. So minus into minus plus. So we are getting L1 by C4. Omega gets cancelled. Now here you separate the real and imaginary terms. What are the real terms? R1 R4 plus L1 by C4 LHS side, and on RHS side R2 R4. That is a real term. And next imaginary term is what? L1 is equal to R1 by omega square R4 C4, not minus plus. Okay, L1 is equal to R1 by omega square R4 C4. So these two are the two equations. And now from this, what are the unknown? L1, R1. Okay, substitute L1 in the R1, R4 plus L1 by C4 is equal to R2, R. Okay, we got the L1, but L1 is the unknown one. And again, L1 we are getting the equation in terms of the R1. R1 is also a unknown one, right? R1 is also a unknown one, and L1 is also unknown one. And here in the first equation, R1, R4 plus L1 by C4 is equal to R2, R2. So here also unknown values, R1 and L1. Okay, so here both the equations are in terms of unknown values, but we should want unknown value, unknown quantity is equal to in terms of all the known ones. But here L1 is equal to what we got? R1 by omega square R4 C4. Okay, and next R2 R3 is equal to R1 R4 plus L1 by C4. Here also two unknown terms we are having. So what we need to do? Substitute L1 is equal to R1 by omega square R4 C4 we got, right? So this value you substitute here in this L1. Okay, then do simplification. Then we will get L1 is equal to R2 R3 by C4 1 plus omega square R4 C4 square, R4 square C4 square, and R1 is equal to omega square C4 square R2 R3 R4 by 1 plus omega square R4 square C4 square. Okay, so these two are the standard equations, and the value of the L1 and R1. Okay, in order to measure the unknown index and unknown response. Quality factor is always omega L1 by R1. Okay, L1 is this one, R1 is this one. By L1 by R1, then you will get the quality factor. Okay, or else 1 by omega square C4 R4 also you can do it. Okay, the formula for the quality factor is omega L by R or 1 by or omega C R. Okay, right. So substitute, we got the formula values, substitute these values, then we get the quality factor, and this quality factor is used to measuring the high quality factors. Okay, high quality factors is greater than 10. Okay, so here in case which we won't get the direct equations here, L1 and R1. We will get L1 in terms of R1 or R1 in terms of L1. So in order to get the actual value of the L1 and R1, we should substitute. Okay, right? So this is the phase switch. And now phasor diagram. Phasor diagram is very easy. First we are taking, am I audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So first we are taking reference as I1. Okay. So I1. Next I1 R1 is also in phase with I1. Okay. So I1, R1 I have drawn. Next, in branch AB with R1, L1 is also present. So in the L1 also same I1 will flow. Magnitude will be same, but the angle they differ in 90 degrees angle. So 90 degrees I have drawn I1 omega L1, and now the resultant of I1 R1 plus I1 omega L1 is I1 E1. Okay, I1 R1 is our voltage drop across R1. I1 omega L1 is our voltage drop across L1. Okay, so we got E1. So this bridge is balanced. So E1 is equal to E2. Okay, now E2 means what? We can write it as I2 and R2 sun. So I2 and E2 are in phase to each other. Why in phase to each other? Because in the branch E2 is equal to I2 R2. The element is resistance. So if the element is resistance means the angle between voltage and currents is 0 degrees or in phase to each other. So that's why I have drawn I2 on the same line. And after then I2 is also flowing through the branch C2. Okay, so here the current flowing through this resistance I2 is in phase with this I2. Okay, what is the voltage drop across R4? That voltage drop is in phase with the I2, but not the voltage drop across C4. Okay, so I2 R4 is I have drawn on the same I2 and E2. Okay, next another element present in the CD is capacitor. So the voltage drop across the capacitor is lags by I2 R4. So I have drawn 90 degrees I2 by omega C4. Next, the resultant of these two, exact 90 degrees, the resultant of these two is I2. Okay, next. The bridge is balanced, so I1 is equal to I3. Okay, yellow line is the I3. Next, I3 is equal to E3. Okay, I3 R3 is equal to E3. Why E3? Because the resistance is element. The resistance element is present in the circuit means the voltage drop across that resistance and current through that resistance are in phase to each other. So that's why first I1 is equal to I3 due to balance condition or both are in series. Okay. After then E3 is also in phase with the I3. Why in phase with the I3? Because the branch BC is having only resistance. So only resistance means voltage across that resistance and current flowing through that resistance both should be in phase to each other. So E3 also have drawn on C. Next, the bridge is balanced. So the bridge is balanced means E3 is equal to E4. Okay. Now the sum of E1 plus E3 is E. The total. What we have applied E, that E is E1 E. So here E1 and here E. So take the parallelogram law. Then the resultant vector is what? E. So E is equal to, we can write it as E1 plus E3 or E2 plus E4. Okay, this is the phasor diagram of phase bridge. Understand? Once again, and then first I1 we have drawn, and next I1 R1. Okay, next I1 omega L1. Next I1 R1 plus I1 omega L1 is E1. Okay, next the bridge is balanced. 1 minute, no? Huh? So I1 R1 plus I1 omega L1 is E1. Okay. So bridge is balanced. E1 is equal to E2 and E2 is flowing through the R2. Okay. So I2 is also in phase with the E2. Next, I2R4 is also in phase with the I2, and I I2 by omega 4 is 90 degrees, lagging by I2 R2. Okay. Next, I3. Okay, AB, BC are in series, so I1 is equal to I3. Yellow line is I1. Okay, and E3 is also in phase with I3. Okay, and the bridge is balanced, so E3 is equal to I4. Sorry, E4. Okay. Now the sum of E1 plus E3 is E, or sum of E2 plus E4 is E. Understand? Phasor diagram? Understand? Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next one is Anderson Bridge. This is very, very important. Keep star mark for this compulsory question. Okay. So Anderson Bridge is also used to measure the self-inductance of the circuit. Okay. Anderson Bridge is also used to measure the self-inductance of the circuit. So here, what is the difference between Anderson and the remaining is Anderson gives the accurate value. Okay, Anderson gives our accurate values, and this is the advanced form of the Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge, like Hayes bridge. And here in the Anderson bridge also, we are finding unknown inductance by comparing the standard fixed capacitance. Okay, by comparing the standard fixed capacitance. Okay, right? So here coming to the construction of the Anderson bridge is somewhat different compared to the other bridges. Till now we have discussed the bridges which have the only four arms, and in between only the indicator is present. But see here in the Anderson bridge, so here for this indicator we have connected the two branches. Okay, right? See the difference. So see, this is simple bridge, okay, and this one also very simple bridge. But coming to here, Anderson, okay, somewhat complicated. Okay, complicated. Why complicated? Because here two branches are extra. Okay, EC and ED. Two branches are connected extra here. Okay. So till now, what balance equation we have applied for all the bridges? Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. So that balance equation we cannot apply here. Okay. What balance equation we have applied here? Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z3. So that balance equation we cannot apply here. Why we cannot apply here? Because here this Anderson bridge not only have the four bridges, okay, this is having four bridges AB, BC, CD, EAD, but along with these four bridges, four branches, four arms, okay, two more extra are there, okay, ED and EC. So due to this two, we cannot apply Z1, Z4 is equal to Z2, Z2. Then how we can find the balance equation? Okay, then how we can find the balance equation is by forming the loops. Okay, by forming the loops. The intention is what? The current flowing through, in order to balance the bridge, any bridge, the current flowing through the detector should be zero. Okay, first condition is what? The current flowing through the detector is zero, and second condition is what? The potential difference across BE terminal is zero. Okay, the potential difference across BE terminal is zero. So here potential difference across BE terminal, to make the potential difference, the voltage drop across BE terminal as zero. What voltage drops we need to make it as zero? First, BA is equal to AD plus DE. Okay, please listen careful. This Anderson bridge is different from others, and this is very, very important. Okay, compulsory question. Keep star mark. Okay. Here we cannot use Z4, Z2, Z3 balance equation. So how we can find the balance condition for this Anderson bridge? Please, what is the condition in our balance bridge? First one is the current flowing through this detector should be 0. That is the current flowing through the DE branch should be 0. Okay. And voltage across E should be 0. Okay. Voltage drop across BE should be 0. So how we can make voltage drop across BE should be 0 means the voltage drop across AD is equal to voltage drop across AD is equal to voltage drop across AD plus voltage drop across B. Okay, this we can do, or voltage drop across R4 is equal to voltage drop across R3 and C. Okay, right? So like that we need to do. So in order to do that, okay, we need to first identify loops. Am I audible? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So here 3 loops are formed. Okay, first loop is this one. Okay, this is loop 1. Next, second loop. This is second loop. And next, this is third loop. Okay, in order to find the balance equation, we should form 3 loops. Okay, ma'am, clear? How many loops? How many loops? Please unmute yourself and give response. Okay, how many loops we should form in order to find the balance equation?
3.
3 loops. So this is the first loop, second loop, third loop. Okay, and next from these 3 loops, okay, from these 3 loops, first loop is what? Okay, this is first. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, next from the first loop, I1 is equal to I3. These two are in series, AB in BC. Okay, so I1 is equal to I3. And next here I2. The current flowing through the branch AD is I2. But after coming this point, okay, I2 is divided into 2 currents. Okay, I2 is divided into 2 currents. So the current which is flowing through this resistor, variable resistor and the capacitor is C, IC. Okay, so I2 is equal to IC plus I4. I4 is the current flowing through the R4 resistance. Okay, clear? First point is what? I1 is equal to I3 and I2 is equal to I4 plus IC. Okay, and next here in this loop, third loop. Okay, from loop 3. Okay, from loop 3, what is the current flowing through the R3? I1. I1 into R3. Okay, I1 into R3 is equal to, what is the current flowing through this capacitor? In this loop 3, how many elements are present? Resistor and the capacitor. Okay, so now here in this loop 3, the voltage drop across B should be 0 means the voltage drop across R3 is equal to voltage drop across C. Okay, voltage drop across R3 is I1 R3. Okay, and voltage drop across C is the current flowing through the capacitor is IC into X. Xc is equal to what? 1 by j omega C. So that's why I1 R3 is equal to IC into 1 by j omega C. Okay, clear this point? Next, IC is equal to, from this, okay, IC is equal to I1 R3 into j omega C. Okay, So IC is equal to I1 omega C R3. Now, from this loop, okay, from loop 1, I1 current flowing through branch AB is what? I1. So I1 whole into how many elements are present here? Capital R1, small r1, L1. So capital R1 plus small r1 plus j omega L1 is equal to voltage drop across R2 plus voltage drop across small variable resistor. So I2 R2 plus what is the current flowing through R? IC. IC into R. Now we got IC value as I1 omega C R3. So substitute here IC value. Okay. After substituting IC in this equation, okay, we are getting these values. First, this is the one equation. Okay, after substituting IC. Okay, these two values we are getting, and this is the simplification of this one. So from these two values, I2 is common. Okay, so write I2 is equal to, and R take this side. Okay, and R4 here, then I2. Now RHS is equal, so we can equal LHS. Okay, so after equating LHS on both the sides, we will get this one, and here you separate the real and imaginary part. So from the real part, you will get this equation R1, and from the imaginary values, you will get L1. So these two are the two standard equations for the Anderson bridge. Okay, how we got the derivation? Once again I'll tell. So here in the bridge forms the three loops. Okay, first loop is this one. Okay, so here means in order to make the current flowing through the detector is equal to 0, we can form three equations. One equation is what? Voltage drop across AB is equal to voltage drop across AD plus voltage drop across DE. One equation. So this is the one. Okay. Second is what? Voltage drop across BC is equal to voltage drop across EC. Okay. This equation. Next, another one is voltage drop across R4 is equal to voltage drop across this two. R plus C. Okay, so from this three, we will get the three equations. These two are the major equations. So from this loop equation, we will get the IC value. And this IC, if we substitute in this equation, then we will get the two equations. This is one equation and this is another equation. And after then, here in this two equation, we should write I2 is equal. I2 term is common. And both the equations we are writing I2 as I2 is equal, and after then the RHS side in the both equation is same, so we are equating LHS side. So after equating LHS side, separate real and imaginary terms. So after separating real and imaginary terms, we are getting R1 as this one, L1 as this one. Okay. So this is the theory of Anderson bridge. Okay, and one more is also there. Another. This is the one of the method, and another method is also there. So this method is very easy. Okay, this is the second method to find the balance equations. Okay, so what is the second method to find the balance equation? First method is clear. First method is clear. Give response.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. This is second method. You can do any one of the method. Okay. Any one of the method. Okay. So here in this, so here in the second method, okay, Just we are simplifying the bridge. Instead of writing 3 loops, 3 equations from the 3 loops, we are simplifying the bridge. See, these 3 are connected in series. Capital R2, small r, capital R4. Yes or no? Huh? So these 3 are connected in series. This is small r. Okay. This is capital R2. Okay. And next this is capital R. Okay. 3 resistors. So these 3 resistors are connected in star. Now we are converting star to delta. Okay, star to delta. Now in order to find this branch resistance, what we need to do? R2R plus R2 into R4 plus R4 into R by R4. That is the equation. When we are converting star to delta, delta resistance is equal to what? Okay, let this is R7. This is one resistor. Okay, just we are converting star to delta. So what is the equivalent of delta in terms of star? How we got this value? This resistance into this resistance plus this resistance into this into this by R4. Yes or no? Okay, R5 is R2 into R plus R4 into R plus R2 into R4 by R4. R6 is R2 into R, R4 R, R2 R4 R. Okay, so the equivalent of these 3 is this one. Okay, this is R5. Between R smaller and R4 is R6, and here this is R7. Okay, what we are doing in the second method? These 3 are forming the star, and then we are converting into delta. Okay, so here this resistance is R5. Okay, next this resistance is R6. Next here also one resistance will be formed. So this is R7. See, R5, R6, R7. Okay. Now what is the value of R5? R5 is equal to R2 into R plus R into R4 plus R2 into R4 by the opposite R4. Okay. Next R6. R6 value is what? R into R. R6 is between small r and capital R4. So small r into R4 plus R4 into R2 plus R2 into R by opposite resistance for these two. Opposite resistance is R2. So by R2. R7 is between R2 and R4. Okay. So R2 and R4 plus R2 into R plus R4 into R by opposite resistance is R. So these are the values for R5, R6, R7. And now see, this R7 is in parallel with the supply. Okay, like this also we can draw. Ikkada connections teeseshi, remove this connection. Okay, and give the connection here. Then is there any difference? No difference. So R7 is in parallel with the supply. So R7 is in parallel with the supply. So there is no effect. R7 won't affect the bridge. Okay, this R7 won't affect this detector current. Yes or no? This is parallel with the supply. So we are neglecting this ourselves. Okay, we are removing from the circuit. Now the circuit is becomes this one. Okay, this R1 L1 will be there, R3 will be there, R5 will be there, and R6 C are connected in parallel. SL. So I have redrawn the circuit. R1 L1, R3, R5, and R6 is parallel with the capacitors. Okay, and now this circuit is same as Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge. Yes or no? Now you can apply the balance equation, that is Z1 Z4 is equal to Z2 Z3. So apply that equation, you will get these values, unknown condition Lx and R1. Okay, which method is easy? Which method is easy? Am I audible? Which method is easy? అర్థమైందా అమ్మా? Any doubts? Am I audible? వినిపిస్తుందా? Give a response, anyone. Which method is easy? You can use any one of the method to find the derivatives. First method is what? 3 loops we are getting, and 3 loop equations we need to write. Okay, and then in the 3 loops IC is common, so from the second loop we will get the IC equation, and that IC equation you substitute in the 2 equations, then you will get the 2 equations in terms of I2. So write I2 is equal to something in both the equations, and then equate the 2 equations, then you will get the balance equation. That is the one method. And second method is what? The last 3 elements, that is small r, R2, R4 are connected in series. Okay, so convert the 3 elements into delta. After converting star into delta, one element, one resistor will be connected in parallel with the supply. So that resistor you can neglect. So after removing that, simplify the bridge. Okay, so then after simplifying, that bridges look like a Maxwell inductance capacitance bridge. Then again normally you apply balance condition, that is Z1 Z4 is equal to Z2 Z3, and you will get the equations. Which method is easy? That method you can follow, but you cannot do both the methods. Okay, which one is easy for you, which one is easily understandable for you, do that. Okay, right? Any doubts? అర్థమైందమ్మా? ఇంకోసారి చెప్పాలా? ఒకసారి పీపీటీ పంపిస్తా, యూసీ ఒకసారి డెరివేషన్ చేయండి, చేస్తే యూ విల్ గెట్ ద డౌట్స్. ఓకే, నెక్స్ట్. Next, balance phasor diagram. So this phasor diagram is,
మేడం
sir, next మీ ఎవరా?
నేనే తీసుకుంటాను.
ఓకే, నేను తీసుకుందాం అనుకున్నాను.
అడిగాను మేడం, అడిగాను తీసుకోండి.
ఓకే సార్.
Madam, you are taking attendance? Madam, can I continue? Kalpana madam. Kalpana madam, are you there? Madam, is my voice audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Madam, Kalpana madam. Thanks, yes. Madam, Kalpana madam.